What's up, guys? It's Birds in the Trap MMA, and we're getting right into this, okay? Right here in front of me, finally, about time, we got a new Tom Aspinall fight announcement. It pains me how long my boy has been out, and how long he has till he fights. Because, man, he's not fighting till October. He's fighting on my birthday weekend, though. And with that being said, on my birthday weekend, I'm getting gifted with a Tom Aspinall finish. Okay, let's get straight into the pick. Come on. There's people out here who are literally going to pick Cyril Gane. They're literally going to pick Cyril Gane. And that's just ridiculous. They're going to talk about Gane's power and Gane's slickness. Like it means shit against Tom Aspinall. Are you kidding me? Look, Cyril Gane didn't even win his last fight against Volkov. I know the stats say it was close, but I mean, everyone knew that was one of the biggest robberies of 2024. But I'm not that mad because it's like Cyril Gane is the guy that you're going to give a title shot to when you need someone to fight for the belt in the division. You know what I mean? It's not that he's the number one contender. It's that there's no one else really. Now, if they were to announce Aspinall versus Almeida, perhaps I'd be saying I'd prefer the Gane fight because I think Almeida is also quick. I mean, they're all quick work for Tom Aspinall. You know what I mean? That's what I think of Tom Aspinall. But I'm cool with the Gane fight. Could have been Almeida, could have been Volkov. The Volkov one is just not very compelling. And then I'm very glad it's not Alex Pereira because I did not want to see that fight. And we'll get to him in a minute. Okay, we're going to talk about Alex Pereira. But for the pick, like I said, I'm going to pick Aspinall, first round finish. I'm going to predict he's going to submit him, but he's probably going to knock him out on the feet with just something fast and quick that Gane's never seen. Yeah, so this one, I mean, it's the Aspinall fight we were all expecting. There's not much to cover here. It's announced. It's got a date. It's Abu Dhabi. Getting this for my birthday present. And it's going to be in the daytime, which is awesome because... Well, actually, not when Volkanovski loses to Makhachev and I have to sit there for the rest of the day. Or when Charles loses to Makhachev on my birthday and I'm also just like, damn. This one's going to be good, though, because there's no fucking way that Cyril Gane can win this fight, if you ask me. So, there we go, guys. 321, October 25th, Aspinall is getting a free title defense. Third title win, okay? Heavyweight GOAT at that point, undisputed. Let's talk about UFC 320 because this is the next big thing, and this is looking like a good card. All right, I like this card. You know what? We'll start from the bottom up. Okay. Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil Roundtree. Now listen, I completely overrated Jamal Hill going into the Roundtree fight, and I picked Jamal Hill because I don't think that much of Roundtree, right? And I thought a little more of Hill. But Roundtree looked pretty good against Jamal Hill. There's no denying it, you know. Arguably won every round. You could give him a 50-45 and I'd get it. I think Jamal Hill won round one. But kind of a quick turnaround for Khalil, right? Or am I tripping? I mean, that's not actually too quick, but for a guy like Khalil, actually, you know, I don't know. Good turnaround for Khalil. That's what I'm trying to say. Actually, it's been a second since Yuri's fought. So I'm super glad we're going to get Yuri in the cage. But look, I see this fight. Dude, Yuri's going to sleep him, dude. Are you kidding me? Yuri's knocking this fool out. Like, I don't care. He's going to knock him out. Roundtree, I don't care how technical and slick and crafty he can really get. He's fighting Yuri, who's just a fucking beast, bro. I'm picking Yuri. These guys are Marauders. Okay, this is a Marauder versus Marauder matchup. But, I don't know. Prochazka, in his wins, he looks really good. Now, I understand. Hey, he's only lost 2 times in the UFC to the same person. Okay, Alex Pereira. not a terrible loss at all. So outside of that, he's been nothing but fun and good. Because don't get me wrong, he goes to war, right? And he'll have his moments where he gets hurt. But he wins, man. Yuri has the power to win. Yuri's going to knock him out. He's going to catch him. And this is another one of those fights where I think fans are going to get too hardcore for their own good and be like, I'm going to pick Khalil Roundtree because of the statistics and the numbers. And it's like, dude, Yuri's going to knock him out. Like, don't even sweat it. So, now, I don't know if I'd bet on Yuri or anything. That's never the best choice ever. But I'm picking Yuri to win that fight. So, with that being said, guys, let's move on to Merab versus Sandhagen. I am so glad that Sandhagen is getting the title shot. Because, if you guys remember, there was a moment... you know what? I'm just going to say what I'm thinking right now. John Anik has been an absolute propaganda pusher for the Umar rematch. Like, literally, I was rewatching that fight the other day, and in between, I don't know if it's in between rounds or if it's in the fight or what, but John Anik says, can we get a rematch booked already? Can we get a rematch booked already? Shut up, dude. And then ever since then, I think I remember seeing a post where John Anik tweeted, like, rematch about that fight. And I'm like, shut up. Shut the hell up. Because, no, we're not going to do that for Merab's title reign. Okay, I did not want to see a Umar matchup because it's interesting, according to Dana White. Who fucking sucks, by the way. Dana White's terrible. But, yeah. What was I going to say? Merab is going to throw him out of the cage. Merab's going to pick him up and chuck him out, and he's going to rinse and repeat that over and over again. And, yeah, I'm super glad that Corey is getting the title fight, even though I think he's going to lose. Like, I'm happy for Corey to get the chance and, you know, get his pay-per-view. This is a Sandhagen... Well, they're the co-main, aren't they? Shit, my bad. But, you know what? Merab is so active... He needs to be a co-main sometimes. I mean, this guy's activity, oh my god. It's insane, man. Merab is such a beast. And, yeah, I don't really think this is one that you need to, like, overly think either. Because people are going to be out there talking about Sandhagen and his placement and his positioning, and he might just be able to time something. And he's not going to time something. Hey, maybe he does. Imagine he flying knee knocks him out cold. I don't think that would happen, but imagine. That's all I'm saying. Now, I do think Sandhagen... No. Merab is going to outstrike him. Yeah, Merab's going to dominate this fight the more I think about it. I mean, I was confident at the start, but yeah, I think Merab is going to run through him. I don't know if he'll finish him, per se, but I think we're going to see, like, 49-46, 50-45. And it's going to be Merab and still. That'll be his third title defense within, like, pretty much a year. Really close to a year. Like, Merab is insane, bro. Merab is different. Alright. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira 2. I picked Alex Pereira in the first fight. I did pick him. And when I watched that fight, I didn't make a video, but look, as soon as the fight ended, I thought they were going to give it to Pereira. Okay? I thought the UFC was going to give it to Pereira. It felt like Ankalaev won. Like, the vibe was like, he won. Like, he won enough rounds. But it was a 48-47 to me, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It was a terrible fight. First of all, let's address that. I thought Alex Pereira only bangers from here on out. He found a guy that can do it to him, where they're both just pretty boring. And I get why they both don't want to take their risk in that fight. But, you know, Ankalaev did enough to win the first fight. There's nothing to really debate about that. But it was a dog shit fight, and if Alex Pereira felt as bad as he said he did, for real, because I remember hearing that Pereira said he was thinking of pulling out, he had a bunch of issues going on, and was sick and shit like that. If all that is true and it affected the performance, then he still fought his way to a 48-47. And Magomed Ankalaev, I'm pretty sure he said the same thing. Now, I don't know for sure. I don't really watch or keep up with media like that. I get my news through other YouTubers. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. But I mean, should I just cut right to it? I kind of feel like Alex Pereira is going to win, bro. But I'm biased. I'm a fan of Alex Pereira. And that's not because I'm a casual. I actually watched this first fight in the UFC. Okay? I've loved Alex Pereira ever since this night, which was like the first time I watched a whole card. And he was on it. And I fuck with Alex Pereira, bro. There's no other way to put it. But the vibe is definitely that Ankalaev is going to win this one. Now, is it though? Like I said, you know, they both fought each other to a 48-47. And on the night of the fight, I thought they were going to give it to Pereira. If I can recall, I think Pereira won round 1, but it was pretty much just leg kicks. Like, it was just leg kick heavy, and he just outstruck him on leg kicks. And I was like, okay, kind of bad, but whatever. Round 2, literally nothing again, and then Ankalaev rocks him, which I don't love at all. And that gave the round to Ankalaev. And then from there, it's just like, you know, I thought Alex Pereira won round 3 and Ankalaev won round 4, but he didn't win round 4 off of any takedowns, okay? I want to see the control time in round 4 in their first fight. Because, what was this all in round 4? Okay, pretty much all in round 4, where he's just clinching him against the fence. And I think the brick wall takedown defense is going to hold up. Ankalaev isn't getting this dude down. Like, Alex is going to keep it on the feet. And I think this time, he might fight the same. Because I'll admit, he got speed-mogged. He looked a little slower than Ankalaev. And he looked a lot like Dustin against Holloway, where he just, the speed, you know? But, like, they're light heavyweight, so not exactly. But, anyways, Ankalaev kind of speed-mogged him. And if Pereira can be just as fast, I think the difference this time is going to be that he's going to be more damaging. His shots will be more consequential. And I wouldn't say he needs to headhunt more, but I think if he tries to hit him in his head more, he will knock him out. You know what I mean? So I'm just tempted to take that Alex Pereira. I know he's an underdog too. I actually don't know that for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pereira's an underdog, and he's a pretty good dog pick right there. Now, if Ankalaev got like 0.3 times better than he was already from winning the belt, you know, he became 30% better, that's going to be a big issue if Alex Pereira doesn't show up looking better. Because, man, he was on such a high before the Ankalaev fight, and it pains me to say it does, but he did not do shit in that fight. So, you know, he was on this crazy finishing streak, and it looked really good, and I think I was just kind of expecting him to be able to pull that off against anyone. But the truth is that a good boxer can fuck him up a little bit, because Ankalaev's a good boxer. And I think I remember Artem Vakitov, his kickboxing opponent. I think I remember him saying, to beat Alex Pereira, you don't need a wrestler, you need another really good striker. I don't remember if he said boxer, but we saw the boxing give Pereira issues, and if he's not more careful, and, well, maybe not more careful, but if he doesn't try to put this dude out first, he's going to get put out. You know what I mean? And I hate to say that. I do. But I think I'm just going to kind of mentally prepare for an Ankalaev win. But when Pereira knocks him out, I'm going to say, yeah, I told you from the start. So, and anyone who says bullshit, I'm going to pull up this video. So, I think that's all the news, guys. I'm pretty sure. Is there anything on this card? Nothing that piques my interest yet. Alright. That's the news for today, guys. Silva's going to knock out Lopez, by the way. Just thought I'd say that. And Imavov is going to beat Baralho. Alright, gang. That's the news. Like I said, I already said that. So, peace. Enjoy your day.